These are demons. That's impossible light activity while they're monitoring with minor children, sex offenders, PNAYFIX, and AQS Mechanical Inc., maintaining criminal surveillance. The purpose of the fake sun that's over me, as a matter of images, as a matter of evidence, where the City of Ontario and the blue vans are now stalking here. Yesterday, they're stalking me while I'm remaining at the Stater Brothers at the entrance and the parking lot, where Safeguard is gang stalking with the airport, with the City of Ontario. That's all in images and on video. The entity is maintaining engineer light. While you see it in the shade, that's the purpose of what is not even, this isn't even sunlight. While the entity keeps, there's only one sun in the natural environment, and the one sun does not remain idle, like I'm documenting between F Street and C Street at the Ovid Family Community Library in the evening. Moreover, since there is one sun, what is covering everything where you're at? This is not sunlight, it's engineer light, and that's the purpose of what is being present in the path, while the demon possessed who surround you in that environment are engaging in demonic behaviors that you're not paying attention to, such as light swiping across the wall, while they are engaged in surveillance, not traffic, like the Ontario police on Euclid Avenue, crossing path on video. They're going to federal prison. They're being disbanded, like the Ontario police, engaging in aerial surveillance over my head in this environment. Most importantly, legally relevant, doing so while I'm documenting evidence of them conspiring my murder, gang stalking me. That's relevant to surveillance, not regular air traffic, and they're not free to engage in it either. They're doing so while Amazon Prime is deviating, first of all, from where the airports are maintaining any flights that would ever be in the sky space nor hovering, and they're doing so under the fake sun. They're doing so while Omnitrans is on the roads and the highways under the guise of maintaining a business, incorporating that business. That's a federal RICO case against everything that I just spoke to, including the demons that are gang stalking at this intersection with minor children while engineer light drags across the wall. That's the purpose of everything that's covering. It's not sunlight. Neither is, obviously, that's not sunlight as it drags across the wall, but none of this is sunlight, and that's not the sun. And it remains around me. That's also the greater context. This is the pattern of friends who are maintaining corrupt businesses like Amazon Prime, like Vector, like Krispy Kreme, like what the City of Ontario is engaging in, and the entity is doing so with those that are immigrants that are being deported. Businesses that are facilitating terrorism is what is the legal analysis, the conclusion regarding gang stalking immigrants who are working for companies. They're going to be prosecuted for facilitating terrorism, for engaging in terrorism by hiring immigrants who are also gang stalking through those businesses, and they're making money. The entity is doing so with the intent to commit murder. This is all surveillance. And the Ontario police engage in what is gang stalking by helicopter. Amazon Prime engages in gang stalking by commercial plane. The people of the state are engaging in gang stalking while engineer lights moving across this wall, supplementing the light, the purpose for which they are in the environment. They're doing so while they have no constitutional protection, no shelter. And as you see, the entity doing so with impunity, going right over to the third-party gang stalker Chevron. Gang stalking with QCD, this is the exact same manner. The fake sun is over me on this street. Last night, the fake moon is over me while QCD is engaging in sexual assault and battery, and the people of the state just go about their business. This is impunity. This is conspicuous surveillance. This is Omnitrans gang crossing path. Remember, it's very deliberate. They're doing so in any means necessary. That's because their mental illness, the infection being demon possession, they lack the ability of self-control. And I'm going to prosecute based on your lack of self-control to gang stalk me. I'm going to prosecute you for that. These are companies that are going to be federally prosecuted for conspiring murder, for being sex offenders, for being stalkers who are terrorists, and making money on top of that. That's a massive and unprecedented RICO case, and it is also against the government. This is P.O.C. Ontario Police, the City of Ontario, doesn't do anything other than confirm that they're all stalkers. They're threats to children, they're a threat to the public. They are also a threat to you while they are making money through companies that you're supporting, and you need to know who they are. And they do include what is Amazon Prime. They do include demon-possessed gang stalking bus drivers. Those are businesses as well. They're engaged in sexual violence, terrorism. It does not change because of the logo or the location or the face that Satan is using. That's what you're getting from the P.O.C. It is currently, by the way, 10 o'clock in the morning. Where am I at yesterday? Because I'm not on C Street. I'm not at the Ovid Family Community Library at C Street and Lemon, which is on the opposite side of the same downtown Ontario luxury apartments. This is the landmark because you're going to see the pattern, big picture. You're going to see the whole thing. And I'm not at this location yet. I'm still at the Stater Brothers. I'm still at the, 156, what is Bonita Court, where the fake sun's over the people of the state's venue, just like this. A venue. This is not a private business, not private property. It's where surveillance is underway. Surveillance by the government that utilizes little kitties. Those little kitties are demons, just like their demon-possessed parents, 9SNX432, who are birthing terrorists. Their infection comes with them through the womb, by the way. They're demons. And they operate businesses. That's what this is. Chevron, that's a prosecution of Chevron. It's a prosecution of the business, every business. And they are crossing state lines, by the way, with the intent to engage in criminal surveillance. I am referring to the language of the existing federal law, Title 18, Section 22618, subsections 1 and 2. They enter trucks, engaging in interstate commerce, intrastate commerce. They're doing so with the criminal intent to keep another under surveillance, because that's what the entire state of California is doing, and they're making money while doing so. Truck drivers driving across state lines are gang stalking in and out of California. I already showed you that as I go from California to Nevada. This is P.O.C. 9PJT308. Never is driving on this street or any street going to result in light across the wall. That's the pattern of conduct. And on top of that, it's supernatural. And it's punctuated by stalking and harassing me and psychologically torturing, targeting with the people of the state. Remember the demon that's here at 8 o'clock in the morning under the fake sun? It's 10 o'clock and here's the fake sun. And that was the day, January 19th to be exact, where the Ontario police are stalking by helicopter. This is the entity that's engaging in that together as one. That's not free conduct. This is state action. They're all exposed and vulnerable, and they're all going to be prosecuted. This is POC. This is the entity that's engaging what it's targeting. Omnitrans is fully engaged in knowledge of who I am. They're targeting while I'm asleep at the bus stop. They're targeting while I'm awake at the bus stop. They're targeting while demons come to the bus stop just to be close to me, gang stalking. Third party CHATAS documented this sex offender before, engaging what is ongoing surveillance for years. This is the pattern of conduct. It's currently 10:02 a.m. This is where the entity is engaged in that pattern of conduct, and the entity is doing so on behalf of the government. That's the state that's keeping you under surveillance, conspiring your murder. That's the state that is, again, engaging in what is the pattern of conduct through everyone, everywhere that you're at. And they're doing so while they are demons stalking with light. And this is occurring on the inside of buildings. All these demons do is go inside of the Ovid Family Community Library, pacing all day long. This is all they're doing all around me, monitoring my every move and monitoring everything I'm doing on my devices. And the knowledge that you have of that is the fact that the sun is not over 156 Bonita Court, and it's also over the Ovid Family Community Library, nor would it still be here over me at the same bus stop as I'm documenting at 7:17, 7:23 a.m., where Brightview is going to be subject to a federal RICO case, where the entities engage in what is the pattern of conduct with the city of Ontario conspiring murder with the people of the state. That's the POC, where Amazon Prime is engaging in criminal activity regarding a federal RICO case, and Amazon Prime is engaging in that pattern of conduct on the roads and the highways, doing so where they are also engaging in monitoring evidence. So 2022 evidence is up. Now you have Amazon Prime pacing on Euclid Avenue. I would have documented it already. They have not been driving on this street with regard to on a daily basis at night, multiple trucks. This is what the demons are doing now because of what I'm publishing. It's all serving my purposes. You're going to prison, you're going to mental asylums, and you're going to pay with regard to what is conspiring as a business, the murder of an American citizen whom you have no constitutional protection as a corrupt business that's actually a cover for surveillance in the United States with the government. You're not even a private party. You're not a private company. You're a terrorist. You're engaged in domestic terrorism in the United States, making money. All right, and that's how the government is doing it, and they're doing it with the entity that I'm exposing by name, and I'm going to prosecute them. This is POC. It is currently 10:04 a.m. where the fake sun that is over Euclid Avenue, remaining over me at Euclid Avenue, where the entity is engaged in that pattern of conduct, and I want to be clear, they're doing so with regard to knowledge of where I am, no strangers, and that fake sun is going to move to be across the street, to be over the Ovid Family Community Library as I arrive there, not a natural environment where it's there already and you're approaching, but this isn't even the sun as it's hovering over. Secondly, it's not the sun as I'm stating duration of time analysis, and it's still here after 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock when I'm at this building right here, Bethel Congregation, and the airport is monitoring my vagina in the bathroom of that venue. And the entity is keeping the fake sun over me at Chevron at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, in the parking lot of the Arco at 12:40 in the afternoon, and the entity is doing cartwheels over downtown Ontario luxury apartments, again, stalking as an airport. This is POC. This is all the evidence that's already on the record. Stalking with light is the ongoing conduct of the demon-possessed. UCLA breeds demons. They're corrupt. It's a corrupt institution. They're going to college, engaging what is education under the fake sun. This is POC. That's a psychopath. That's the pattern of conduct, and the entity is engaged in what is surveillance in plain sight. All right, that's the entity that's engaging in what is conspicuous surveillance, which is an unlawful threat. It's already unlawful for the government to engage in surveillance because the entity is engaged in what is public corruption. The conspicuous methods of surveillance are prosecuted as an unlawful threat to an American citizen as you're analyzing the audacity of a stalker that is then kidnapping and defaming you. All right, doing so while making money off of gang stalking you as well. All right, that's POC, and then serving to what is defame you when you don't have the evidence that is, but that's how the pattern of conduct operates. You're going to prosecute Omnitrans Amazon Prime, FedEx, Vector. You're going to prosecute venues like I'm showing you everywhere where you can't even go without being gang stalked, at church, at the grocery store, in the bathroom, at the gas station, walking down the sidewalk. You're going to prosecute for that. P.O.C.